Join me as I dive into the world of dating and attempt to find out if plus-size women really make men go crazy. Societal beauty standards have been a topic of discussion for ages, and it's no secret that they can be incredibly damaging. We're constantly bombarded with images of airbrushed models and celebrities telling us that we need to look a certain way to be considered beautiful. But what about the women who don't fit into that narrow mold? The plus-size women who are often marginalized and excluded from these conversations. I've always been fascinated by the way we perceive beauty, and how that perception affects our relationships and self-esteem. As someone who's interested in exploring these complex issues, I couldn't help but wonder, do plus-size women really make men go crazy? Is there something about them that drives men wild? Or is this just another harmful stereotype perpetuated by society? Beauty is often seen as a physical trait, something that can be measured by our outward appearance. But what if I told you that there's more to it than that? What if I told you that attraction goes far beyond physical appearance, and that plus-size women have a certain something that drives men crazy in a way that's hard to explain? Let's get real for a second. We've all seen the movies and TV shows where the plus-size woman is portrayed as the funny, quirky best friend, but never the love interest. We've all scrolled through social media, seeing picture after picture of Fitspo models, with their toned bodies and flat stomachs. It's easy to get caught up in these narrow beauty standards, to believe that this is what men really want. But is that really the case? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever dated someone who was plus size, or have you ever wondered what it's like to date someone who doesn't fit into traditional beauty standards? Let's get the conversation started. Moving on, I want to share some amazing anecdotes from men who have dated plus-size women. These stories will blow your mind and challenge everything you thought you knew about attraction and beauty. I spoke with Alex, who told me about his incredible relationship with his plus-size girlfriend. He said that it wasn't just about her physical appearance, but about the confidence and self-love she exuded. He said that being with her made him feel seen and understood in a way that he never had before. Then there was Jamie, who dated a plus-size woman for 3 years. He said that it wasn't about the size of her body, but about the size of her heart. He said that she was the most caring and compassionate person he had ever met, and that he fell deeply in love with her. I also spoke with Michael, who confessed that he had always been drawn to plus-size women. He said that it wasn't about some fetish or fantasy, but about the fact that they were often more confident and self-assured than the women he met in the club or at the gym. These stories are just a few examples of the many amazing experiences I've heard about. It's clear that attraction goes far beyond physical appearance, and that plus-size women have so much more to offer. But what really surprised me was the common thread that ran through all of these stories. It wasn't about the men's physical attraction to the women, but about the way they made them feel. It was about the confidence, the self-love, and the positivity that these women exuded. It was about the way they challenged traditional beauty standards and forced the men to re-examine their own perceptions of beauty. One of the most surprising revelations I came across was the way that plus-size women can help men overcome their own body image issues. It's no secret that men struggle with body image too, and that they often feel pressured to conform to certain standards. But when they're with a plus-size woman who is confident and self-assured, it can be incredibly liberating. I spoke with Tom, who told me about his experience dating a plus-size woman. He said that it was the first time he had ever felt truly comfortable in his own skin, and that it was because she made him feel seen and understood. He said that she didn't care about his body, and that she loved him for who he was. This got me thinking about the way we perceive beauty and attraction. We're so caught up in physical appearance that we often forget about the other qualities that make someone truly attractive. We forget about kindness, empathy, and self-love. These findings have huge implications for the way we think about relationships and self-esteem. If we can learn to look beyond physical appearance, we can open ourselves up to a world of possibilities. We can learn to see beauty in all shapes and sizes and to appreciate the unique qualities that make each person special. At the end of the day, it's not about whether plus-size women make men go crazy. It's about challenging traditional beauty standards and embracing all body types. It's about recognizing that beauty is so much more than physical appearance, and that it's time for us to rethink the way we perceive attraction and relationships. Thanks for tuning in to this video. If you liked what you saw, be sure to check out my other video on plus-size dating do's and don'ts. And don't forget to leave a comment below with your thoughts on plus-size women and attraction. Do you think plus-size women make men go crazy? Let me know in the comments. Before I go, I just want to say thank you to all the men who shared their stories with me. Your honesty and vulnerability have helped to challenge traditional beauty standards and to promote a more inclusive and accepting view of beauty. Keep the conversation going, and let's create a world where all body types are celebrated and loved.